Hello everyone, I'm Esperanza Horse and this is Art from the Heart at St. Augustine's Church, and we're doing our session remotely because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are on lockdown, and today's session would still be backwashes, blooms, stippling, and the subject would be a horse. Yes, we've done two horses previously. We've done this one, which is more of a realistic head of a horse. And we've also done our cartoonish horse, which is really cute. I saw this on the internet, or something similar to it. I saw it on the internet. I can't remember where and when, but I just thought of it and I just thought of doing it. And what we're going to do now is this horse, not so detailed, but we will be seeing the silhouette of the body and the head, and we would be able to identify that it is a horse in some meadow or grassland. In drawing this horse, we will use the same way. We will do it in the same way that we drew the other horses. First by identifying the basic shapes, and after that, by creating the sketch using those basic shapes. So again, this is the horse I want to do. I've identified the basic shapes, and then from there we do the sketch. So let's start and draw this horse. So I need my watercolor paper and pencil. And the first thing I'm going to do is to draw a triangle. And then from this triangle, I am going to draw a horizontal line. It doesn't matter how long it is for now, but later on, we will use this line as part of a rectangle. So from this corner of the triangle, we create another triangle going down, another triangle going down here. So we actually have three triangles of different sizes, different types of triangles. And then we're going to draw a rectangle here. So as I mentioned, just basic shapes, and they don't have to be perfect like this. This is a bit wonky. This line's a bit wonky. So that's okay. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. So we now draw a straight line going down, about twice the length of this line here. And then a perpendicular line to that. And then horizontal line. Perpendicular line to that. And we now have this huge rectangle here. And then at the corner of this rectangle, we now draw a circle. So we have 1, 2, 3 triangles, 1, 2 rectangles, and a circle. Again, the circle is not perfect, as you can see, but it's some sort of a circle. Now, at the corner of this rectangle, I will start drawing a slanted line and then go back up. So I've made a triangle, and then beside that, another triangle. And then here, if I go straight down, okay, at some point there, I would be drawing a straight line going down, or a bit slanted really, and draw another triangle slightly bigger than this one, about the size of the head. So it's just like a mirror image, sort of. It's similar to the head. It's like peeling this one off and putting it here, flipping it and putting it here. So we now have that. And there, excuse me, excuse me. At the corner of this huge rectangle, we draw a smaller rectangle. Again, these are all just guidelines. So once we draw the actual sketch of the horse, we could actually make it thinner, thicker, put the notch, put the corner. We can make changes when we draw the actual image. So here we add another triangle here. I'm sorry, another rectangle rather, overlapping with this triangle. And then here, I just add another rectangle. And again, another rectangle here. And then here, the hind legs. Rectangle, one, and another one here. And I think that's about it. I have all my circles, triangles, and rectangles. Now, it's time to do the sketch. So the sketch is going to be something like this. The first thing we do is to soften the edges and the joints. So for example, this one here, the knee, it won't be that pointy, it will be a little bit curved. And this one will be connected by a curved line to this triangle. So instead of having that space there, they'll be connected. Okay, now let me just start with the head. Okay, the first thing is to soften this bit here and make it a curved line instead of a corner. So from this curved line, I'm just going to draw a shape going up here and then going down. And then this tapers in. I will not follow the original rectangle. Instead, I'm going to draw a straight line going in so that going towards the nose of the horse, this shape is more tapered, more conical, I would say. So there's my nose. And this squiggly line. And then this coming in here, going into the triangle, and then a curved line here. And then here, opposite the mark we made for the nose, we draw a circle. And this is for the other nostril, the one that's closer to us. And here we just draw a diamond shape, extend it a little bit. And then later on, we can paint. We can leave that as white, or we can paint over it. It's not a must, but it's just to give our horse some character. Now, from here, okay, over the nose, I'm just going to draw a curved line. Okay, and then I am going to stop at the original line in the rectangle. And then go a little bit inwards, drawing a straight line. And here, the original mark we made for the eye, we're going to do something similar to that here. And then we're going to draw the eye. So that's our horse's eye. And then here, we draw the ear. And then we draw another ear over there. And then we draw a curved line here, following this line. Okay. Another curved line here, following that over the circle, going in. And then here, the neck. Okay, I find this neck really thin, so I'm going to just create this curved line, connect that to the triangle. Yes, we connect it to the triangle, not to the rectangle. So at the tip of the triangle, we curve out again, connect it to the small rectangle. Okay, slightly make the knee, the joint, more curved. And here in the inside, also more curved. Okay, so we've done, excuse me, excuse me, we've done that bit. Now we go back to the back of the horse. Okay, let me just turn it around to see if the proportion is correct. I actually find the circle too close to the head. So I am going to slightly move this a little bit. And I would need an eraser for that. Again, we can adjust it. Those shapes are just guidelines. So I moved it a little bit, but just slightly, not too much. There we go. And then going straight down. Yes, we've done the curve there. We've done the curve here. And then this one goes in there. And then the hind legs. Oh, this is interesting. The hind legs. Okay, we draw a curved line here. We go down, curved line here, down. Okay, and here we go a little bit upwards. So from here, we now draw a curved line going down. Okay, and we see that there's space here. So we just do that, connect it there. Let me just turn it around. Let me see if my horse is doing well. I don't think so. So I have to adjust it. Again, you will know if it's not proportioned. Just make the appropriate adjustment. Oh, there we go. And I think that's good enough. Later on, you will see the actual drawing once I erase all the guidelines. So this one, this horse has the small tummy there, and then a bigger chest. And then here, okay, so part of that chest is there. Let me just check. Okay. Now we just have to do the legs. So for this one, we make this curved line, we connect it by curved line, and we make this area curved as well, this as well. Okay, now we will see the actual sketch, and again, we can still do further adjustments. So we just have to remove all the guidelines. Okay, I'm not doing a good job here. I am removing all the lines, but you see, that's okay. We can draw over them again. So let me just draw over them again so that you can see my guidelines. Oh, here, forgot this one. Oops. Okay, I am going to delete the excess lines, including the horizontal line. I'm going to delete erase the changes that I've made. And there we would be able to start painting. So this is my horse. So similar to that. Okay, now what's missing? There's still something missing here. Yes, we are missing the fringe here, and my favorite tail. Okay, for this horse, I am going to use yellow ochre again as the base. Oh dear, I now need to get some yellow ochre because I think I've ran out here. One moment, let me just put some yellow ochre in my well. There we go. And we just need to add water to this well. So this is going to be the base, or as I would say, the underpaint. Yes, and I'm not painting it properly. I know I'm going over the lines. Ideally, you shouldn't go over the lines, but this is all right because this is more of an impressionistic art piece. So by that, we can actually, well, it doesn't give us license to go over the lines, but the point is we can make the adjustments and it's not very strict. Okay. Let me just check. Oh, that's looking much better. Looking much better. I think the face of my horse is too short, so I would have to do the adjustment for that when I paint it. Okay, now I just have to paint the horse. And again, I start with lighter colors. So for this one, I want to do the adjustment. So I'm just going to make it slightly longer. There we go. And then here, I'm going to go up, just like how we did in the previous painting with the horse's head. And then here, because the goal now is to add dimension to this art piece. I'm going to rinse my brush, just spread this a little bit. Okay, and then here as well. Okay, that one is a bit darker than the rest, and that is because it's the hind leg. And then here I just paint it with water to give it more of a three-dimensional effect. Again, this is not the last layer that we're going to put on this art piece. So here. And then here as well. Again, it's for the three-dimensional effect. Okay, and we're not finished yet because we have to paint this one as well. Yes, again, this is darker than this one because that's on the other side. And to give it the dimension, we paint it with water. And if we have too much paint, we just lift it with our brush. Okay, like this. Let's lift this one as well. Okay, we now have the dimensions for the horse. Okay, so now we start. Oh, sorry. I have just created this mess, and I'm going to try and remove it. And hopefully I can. But not to worry because we can paint over it once we're painting over the background. But please do be careful when you're painting. Okay, so now I'm just painting the hair. As my student would say, it's the mane, which is the proper way. It's the proper name to call it. It's the mane. And here I'm just going to go and paint some strokes. Yes. Again, do not worry about the spaces. It's actually good. It will show the shape of the hair, the tail. Okay, the next bit would be burnt umber or dark brown. So we're going to do something similar. So here, I'm just drawing lines. And now I'm going to rinse my brush. And now I'm going to soften these lines. Because I still want to see those dark, alternating dark and light colors. But I don't want it to be so dominant, the lines to be so dominant. So I just softening it a little bit, applying a little bit of feathering. And here it's still a bit prominent. Okay. Okay, I think that's better now. Yes. So we're going to do the same thing here. The mouth and the nose. And the nose over there. And then around the eyes. But again, it has to be softened so that the transition of the color is smooth. I'm gonna turn it a bit. Yes, I do see it. Okay, that's great. We're doing a good job. Okay, now we just have to do this bit for now so that we can see. So you can see the legs and the form of that horse. Again, soften that by just painting it with a wet brush. Okay, this one has to have more paint. Again, similar to the first, the other leg, we just paint it with a wet brush. Just paint it with water. Okay, and then we do the same thing here, hind leg. This one is really going to be a little bit darker than the rest. And then this one. And again, rinse the brush. Okay, now this is going to be real exciting now. Oh, one moment. Let's add some to the hair. Okay, as I was saying, this is going to be really exciting now because we're going to use lots of black now. And that would be to add the details that we want to have. So the first detail I want to have is, oops, that's a bit too much black. So I need to lift that. Okay, good. We were able to lift it. Okay, I need to turn this towards me so I can see the details. Okay. As you can see here, I've painted some lines on the horse's face. Now, I'm going to paint it with a wet brush to soften the effect. Okay. And make it flow, make the paint flow smoothly. And then here, I'm gonna paint this area black as well. I'm gonna lift some of the paint. Okay, and then I am going to paint the body. Well, not the whole body, of course. I'm not gonna paint all of it black, but I'm going to paint some areas black. Okay. Okay, and as I was telling to my, students, okay, there should be balance when we're painting. So that means if one side is dark, the other side must also have that sort of that intensity of darkness. It shouldn't be too far away. Okay, go. Okay, just paint it with water to soften the effect. Again, as I mentioned previously, watercolor dries fast, so we have to paint it quickly, unless we want that effect of stain to be seen, like those brush strokes. Okay, we're doing very well. Okay, now I have to do the ears. So inside the ears, they're dark. And then the hair. Let me just turn it around, see if it's balanced. So far, so good. And okay, what else is missing? Let me see. Oh, the tail. Okay, and there's our horse. Um, I think its chest is a little big for the proportion, but we can still adjust that. Well, actually, we can increase the size of the neck, and we can lower this a little bit. Yeah, because sometimes our sketch is not that well proportioned. So here we've done the painting for the horse. That's after adjusting the size. Now we just have to do the background. For the background, I will paint some burnt sienna and yellow ochre. Sometimes I just use yellow ochre for this, but just straight lines there, or groups of straight lines. Yes, you can see the yellow ochre. And then I will use some light green, a mixture of green and, oh here, this is light green, a mixture of green and lemon yellow. And the grass that you will see further up So that's further away should be shorter than those which are closer to the viewer. And then we'll just paint some more green. This is the regular green color. And we'll paint it here where the feet are supposed to be. Yes, so the feet are hidden in the grass. And again, balance is important. It's not just that area that should have those green grass, but also other parts of the painting. And then here, I'm just going to dip the brush in water, and I am just going to paint the bottom here with my wet brush. Just spread the paint. And then, okay, we're almost finished. So I am just going to paint some lines here up and down. Just up and down. Okay. We're almost finished. I think I need some water so that this paint can flow smoother. Yes. So I now have this horse walking on a meadow of green grass. And that's it. So we painted the horse, we painted 3 horses. Okay. For this particular subject, we painted our cartoonish horse, which is this one. And then we painted our horse, the head of the horse, which is this one. And then we painted our horse in the grassland, which is this one. And so that's horses for today. I hope you enjoyed the session. And next week, we don't have a subject yet. I'm yet to prepare one. But the topic will still be on backwashes, blooms, feathering, and stippling. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the session and see you next time. Bye-bye.